Today, 20th August 2021, marks 10 months after the clampdown on the EndSARS protests that shook cities and towns across Nigeria, with the most spectacular of these repression being the massacre of unarmed EndSARS protesters by the Nigerian Army at the Lekki Toll Gate here in Lagos. We welcome you, dear members of the press, to this important press conference where we will review the EndSARS struggle thus far and draw out our next line of action. We of the New Nigerian Network are a coalition of radical and civil society organizations that were active in the EndSARS struggles during and after the protests. Peculiar repression of the EndSARS protest. It will be recalled that during the entire period of EndSARS protest between the 11th and 20th October 2020, before it was broken up across the country, for instance in Lagos by the combined operations of the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Police Force, and other apparatus of the state, there were little or no record of arrests of protesters. While protests were broken up by water cannons and tear gas in places like Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, for instance, the reality is that there were no reports of mass arrests of protesters during this period. However, from the 20th October 2020 onwards, first with the shocking and heart-wrenching display of bloodlust by the Nigerian Army with the shooting and killing of unarmed protesters at the Lekki Toll Gate, not only by the Nigerian Army, but the police as well, there began severe attacks all over the country by joint security agencies against citizens who have taken to the streets to protest the much publicized carnage at Lekki Toll Gate, Lagos, by principally the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Police. Perceptive intervention at the Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry. With the streets forcefully cleared out of protesters by the apparatus of the state, the New Nigerian Network, through the radical agenda movement in the Nigerian Bar Association, Ramimba, decided to take the struggle to the panels of inquiry set up by the state government, choosing the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution for victims of SARS-related abuses and other matters, which we shall hereinafter refer to as the panel for short, as a point of reference. The investigation of the incident of the Lekki shooting was added to the primary terms of reference of the panel, which is in the inquiry into SARS-related abuses. You will recall, gentlemen, that even at the early days, by the that 17th of October, the federal government, in response to the massive and widespread protests of the EndSARS group, which had been peaceful, decided to set up or initiate panels all over the country to look into the so-called 5-for-5 demands of the protesters. But in Lagos, there happened an incident which we insist still a massacre being investigated now on 20th October 2020. This is Lekki Toll Gate, well known by everybody, which compelled the Lagos state government to add an additional term of reference to the responsibility of the particular panel, that is to look and investigate into the Lekki shooting incident, what they call Lekki shooting incident. That's what they call it, of 20th October 2020. Our intervention at the panel, that I'm talking of the New Nigerian Network, first took the form of protest before the daring legal representation for EndSARS protesters, which emboldened a number of Lekki EndSARS protesters who had been driven or coaxed underground after the bloody night of the 20th October 2020 to step forward and give their accounts before the panel. I will need to explain to you that if you could recall back memory lane, that on the onset of the panel, that it was just the stories of the agencies of government that we are hearing. There was simply no EndSARS protester to show off. And people are now wondering, could it really be true that people were actually shot and murdered at Lekki Toll Gate by the Nigerian police or by the Nigerian military on the October 2020? That if people were shot, where are they? If they have been killed, where are their family? Are they ghosts? And a lot of stories were cooked. You remember it was the time too that the government of Nigeria went into a series of yarns and spins and denial of the reality of what happened. There was the story that the military were not there at all. There was the story that they were not invited. Then there was the story that it must have been fake soldiers who were there. And there was the stories that they did not even shoot any gun at all. Then there was the story that they shot into the air and all that was a Hollywood film. And people like this DJ Switch were being demonized as just people trying to act a kind of a macabre Nollywood drama, misleading the Nigerian people and the international scene, and that was not quite correct. So when we intervened, it took the intervention of the New Nigerian Network to fish out people who had been repressed, who are afraid, repressed by their parents. While it is true that the practice rules and procedures of the panel guiding the hearing of petitions have been rejigged for speedier adjudication, we sincerely wonder how the panel could properly and satisfactorily discharge its onerous tasks within the remaining 8 weeks ending on 19th October 2021. By this we mean that I want to thank the panel members as headed by Honorable Justice Doris Okuwobi retired, for their efforts and rejigging the rules. The rules now is that you have to front load, is to make it faster, so that we won't be talking too much story. It's pushed to lawyers in chambers, and we've complied. Yes, despite that, we are talking of 109 petitions. We are talking of outstanding Lekki shooting investigation. How are they going to cope? How are they going to cope within 8 weeks? And they only sit 3 times a week. It's onerous. But like we have advocated before, that maybe an additional panel ought to be set up if October 19 must be the deadline. Thus far, the panel has taken testimonies from the Nigerian Army, the Lekki Concession Company, LOSA, Promomodia, and the Lagos State Government in respect of the Lekki incident, Redention Hospital, Glanville Trauma Center. One recent heartwarming testimony is that of the medical doctor who came to the panel that asserted that he treated 15 gunshot victims. We reiterate our call for the panel to summon the Federal Ministers of Works, Babajide Raji Fashola, alias Agent Fash. You know, that's the gentleman who claimed he discovered the camera at the scene of the crime or at the scene of interest. After a week or so, after Lekki 20 toll gate scandal of 20 October 2020 happened. There's also the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, the Divisional Police Officer, Maroko Police Station. All these kind of people are still there to be invited. We urge the panel to so do. Prevalent arrest and prolonged detention in police cells. While this intervention at the panel was and is ongoing, the Nigerian police force sprinted into another phase of repression by arresting Emmanuel Eremosele Rams. He said with us today, a leading South protester. He was arrested not at the Alausa Ikeja barricade, but actually arrested at home. He was arrested at home. A lot of noise was made over this gentleman's arrest. He was flown to Lagos. I think it's free of charge. Abuja, I think it was free of charge. It was free of charge. Was it at the business class, or you are just putting cargo? I hope it's not the cargo section, because since that you are such a short man, maybe you are putting the cargo section. So, but he was taken after 8 days. He was brought back, and then routinely we will go to Magistrate Court 4, Court 1, Court 2 at Yaba, with no prosecution going on. The last time we were there, it was one fantastic story that was told by the standing prosecutor. In short, the matter could not go on. Out of the 22 persons we applied to see, we were able to meet only 6. Shola Anyada, Suleiman Kamali, Yusuf Isa, Peter John, Pano Robert, and Aletile David. We were told by prison officials that others have been transferred to Ikoyi prisons on the order of court. punitive trial in court, punitive trial of EndSARS protesters. One of the persons we applied to visit at the Kirikiri prison but was not found in the medium prison was Seyi Awobola. We have said, yeah, I won't want to go because you have already have our text with you. His own situation. The gentleman was just found out at CMS on 21st of October that to the Nigerian state, automatically he has become an EndSARS protester. He's been there. We hope that by the intervention of the instruments of the courts and the law, he will soon be out. We've mentioned the same thing about Nicholas Simba and all that. Now, perspective for the next phase of the struggle. As it stands today, we are convinced beyond doubt that there is a deliberate effort on the part of the Lagos State government to criminalize protests following the events of the EndSARS protests we have in October last year. In fact, since October last year, there has been no popular citizens' protest that have not been demonized by the Lagos State government and the Nigerian police under the Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Odumosu. Anybody wants to protest anything, what you hear is that we don't want Lagos to be destroyed. We don't want Lagos to be destroyed. It's now a crime in Lagos State. And that cannot be allowed to continue. And it is responsibility of well-meaning citizens who must rise up to defend constitutionally guaranteed rights under the constitution, under the law, to challenge this kind of obnoxious response and reaction, totalitarian and fascist reaction by government to repress rights, fundamental rights of freedom of movement, freedom of association, freedom of expression, of opinion, to hold your views. New Nigeria Network will encourage people to so do, because it's always our right to express ourselves peacefully and to demonstrate peacefully. Demonstrations cannot be a crime. The spirit of EndSARS is a rebellion against being gagged. We must you must speak out. We must come together. We are completely opposed to the scapegoating of innocent protesters by the Lagos State government and the Nigerian police. Protest is a fundamental human right, is constitutionally guaranteed freedom and liberty. We call for the withdrawal of all charges and information against our EndSARS protesters by the Attorney General of Lagos State and the Lagos State government itself. However, we are saying that when the Attorney General of Lagos State or the Commissioner of Police Lagos State are not interested in withdrawing charges and information against EndSARS protesters, whether properly or right or wrongly labeled, then the next thing they should do is to ensure their prompt, speedy, and responsible prosecution, diligent prosecution before the courts of law. This is the only sensible, progressive, and the minimum required of any government that parades itself as to be operating at the center of excellence which Lagos State purports to be. We hereby place all the forces of the EndSARS movement on the alert against this latest situation of prolonged and unnecessary detention of innocent EndSARS protesters in prison alongside punitive and painful unwarranted trial. On the whole, we call on all like-minded lawyers, legal practitioners, to join us in this mounting task of securing the release of many EndSARS protesters in prison.